Hey peeps, it's Jamie. Welcome to Wellness Wednesday. And today I want to talk to you about how to boost your mood. And no, it's not through food or exercise or any other ways I normally talk about. I'm going to give you the backstory. I was in Tucson last week with my son, and I was working out in the hotel gym, and someone had turned the TV on to the news station, and it's blasting through the gym, and even though I have headphones on, it's death, destruction, raids, crime. It was a disaster for 45 minutes, and I felt like I had it all over me. When I walked out of the gym, I couldn't shake it for the entire day because, you know what they call CNN, constant negative news. And so for many people, they're spending hours and hours watching all this news, even if it's on in the background. So when you have stuff playing in the background, it's getting into your psyche and it's affecting your mood and it's affecting your day. And so, hey, who's joined us? Hey, girlfriend. And so it's really like, it kind of dragged me down for the day. Normally I'm in a good mood and I just kept hearing all that negative nonsense. So I'm going to give you some tips on why you should stop watching the news. Or better yet, how about if we like pinky swear and we all go on a 24-hour news fast? I guarantee you the stock market will still be there when we get back, and whatever drama is happening, and I'm not going to get into politics, it will still be there in 24 hours. And I'm guessing we're all going to feel a whole lot better than if, we have the news on in the background. Like most people, they check the news. This is the average, 17 times a day. All right. So just think about all the other things you could get done, even if you were doing charity work. All right. For, your job, your career, your family, your friends, if you weren't watching so much news. That's number one. Number two, it is depressing. Like that's what the news is about. It's designed to like shock and awe and all of that. I mean, very rarely or a sliver of the news is a good Samaritan or something happy that happened. And I was getting it on my news stream, on my Facebook even. So I had to change to, now I'm getting like the Kardashians. But at least that's better than war and destruction and raids and military troops being sent out somewhere. So I'm just going to read to you a couple reasons why you should get off the news, the 10 big reasons. The other thing is, it does affect us. And so we don't want to be spending time, like whatever you put in, it's kind of like garbage in, garbage out. Okay. It says less news, more productivity, more news, less productivity. And here's the interesting thing. If you've ever noticed this, like, a lot of us were glued to the news during the election, and I was one of them, and it doesn't change. So the same news just is being recycled, and it's like breaking news story is the same at noon and 2 and 4 and 6 and 8 and at 10. Like there was no breaking news. It was the first time it broke, and then that was it. Okay. So most of it doesn't change. Most of it doesn't matter. Okay. It's mostly not meaningful. All right. And, then you talk about all the horrible stuff that's happening, and that's meaningful in a horrible way. All right. Thanks for the love and the emojis. I so appreciate that. That means a lot to me. Much of it's incorrect information. You'll read stuff and then they'll find out, well, that's not exactly, what happened. And then more and more details come out. All right. It's sensationalized. And so it's kind of dangerous now. People are, sensationalizing the news. And I was listening to someone who said it was after a shooting, and she was saying, okay, it's time for everyone to move on. And someone posted, well, what about grieving? And what about the process of, what happened? And so they're kind of like, let's go on to the next major horrible story. All right. Most of it is trivial. I love this. Is what the Kardashians are doing really helping your day in any way? Does what car, so-and-so is driving matter to your work? This was a really good one. Most of it is equal to junk food for your brain. I love that because, I'm anti-junk food. So most of the news is, hey, Samantha, most of it is junk food for your brain. I thought that was interesting. And most of it isn't news at all. All right. It means that rather they're asking a lot of questions. They're making up some stories. It's who's on Twitter, what got tweeted, kid. It's kind of crazy. And so for me, it totally dragged me down that day. And I realized that I had kind of turned off the news for a while, and that, yes, it's called gaslighting. That's where they move on to the next atrocity. Yeah. Okay. And a lot of the experts aren't experts. Watching, it's inefficient use of your time. Like, we could just get lost in it. It's kind of like, mind numbing, to just click the channels, and you're getting just like, a different commentator's viewpoint on the same story over and over and over and over again. And you'd be better off going outside and taking a walk. You'd be better off, calling a good friend or a family member. You'd be better off reading. Like, I'm the queen of reading. What a great book, The Invitation. Wow. I'm the queen of reading. This is my two, and I'm also reading Grit by Angela Duckworth. Amazing. So, you could read a great book and learn something really. Too much of the news is negative, and the news loves a bad day. I'll never forget, I'm just going to wrap up with this. I once met a reporter when my kids were little, at the gymnastics place. And I said, tell me about your job. Oh, sounds so exciting. You must love it. And she said, to tell you the honest truth, and it was one of the major stations, like 2, 5, or 7. And she said, to tell you the honest truth, this stuck with me. Sticking a microphone in someone's face who just had a tragedy, an accident, lost a child, a family member, a fire, an emergency, it's horrible. That's my job, is to look for the worst stuff that's going on, and then to be interviewing people about how they feel about it. She's like, I'm so drained from doing this. I can't do it anymore. It sits in my psyche, and it sits in my soul. And that really stayed with me. And so it's easy to get caught up in the news. It's easy to just sit there and make it mind numbing. But I would say, like, news fast and see how you feel. I guarantee you, your mood will be boosted. You'll have more energy. You'll be more productive. You'll get more done for sure. You'll feel better, and you won't feel like you're spending a lot of time just mindlessly scrolling through the TV channels. If you have any comments or feedback, or you're interested in, getting healthier, you can go ahead and message me. I do answer all of my messages. And I just so appreciate all of you that come on for Wellness Wednesday. It means the world to me. Let's do a news fast. Comment below if you're up for a 24 hours. So what time is it? It's Central Time, 6:36. Time for me to take my little dog out for a walk. And let's go for a 24-hour news fast and see how we all do. Thanks so much for tuning in to Wellness Wednesday. Here's my wishes to you, that you're well and happy and healthy. Peace out, peeps. Mwah. Bye.